Make some baked clams oreganata. We'll talk about this. What prevents most people from making the baked clams? They don't know how to open up the clam. And on top of that, well, I don't mean on top of that. Now, as you see, some of these are open. And why is that? Because the method that I'm going to show you makes it easier for you, not that I do it. You take the clams, because you don't know how to open them, the fish man can't open them for you, so what do? Do you try and kill yourself opening the clams? If you're able to, that's fine, but most people don't know how. Take the clams, put them in the freezer for 4 hours. Take them out, let them sit for an hour, and this is what happens. Now it's very simple. You can even separate it with your hands and just finish as if you just had opened up the clam, and look at that. That's a beautiful clam. That's as fresh as any clam can be. Make sure it's loose there, and then we're going to go at making the stuffing. Look at that. Now, if that's not the easiest way to do it, I don't know what is. Now we're going to make the topping for the clams. I don't know about you, but I enjoy chewing on a piece of garlic. So therefore, we're making 7 clams. I took 5 cloves of garlic. Next, we're going to make the topping for the clams. Put the extra virgin olive oil, because I like the taste. You don't have to do that. That's my preference. And the garlic, I'm going to brown it slightly to give it that nutty flavor. And again, you don't have to do that. So it's on a high flame. As soon as it browns, we'll go to the next step. Next step is to add the breadcrumbs to this. Watch what's going to happen. They're going to slightly brown, which is a good thing. This way, when you go into the oven, it only takes a couple of minutes to cook the clam. And what you want to do is have a nice color on top. And sometimes people might leave them in the oven or under the broiler a little bit too long because they can't get any color off the breadcrumbs. Just raise the flame a little. They're toasting slightly. And into this mix, we'll add everything else. What I'm not going to add to this is salt. Actually, no, that's because the clams themselves are very salty. That's good enough. Now I'm going to add the pepper and not the juice that was on the plate when the clams open themselves. I don't want to waste it. Full of flavor. Pour that through a chinois. Adding the fresh parsley and the oregano. Let's mix this up. And there's the topping all ready. You can even stuff a lobster with this if you wanted to. I preheated the oven at 450. Did I hear someone say make it spicier? Okay, so we'll put a couple of shots of hot sauce in there. That's the way I like it. Okay, now this topping is ready. We'll get the clams. Now we'll put the topping on the clams. With a piece of, make sure I get a piece of garlic on each one. very simply. That's it. Look how juicy and plump they are. This just makes it easier. Make sure, see how small these are? I forgot to measure them. These are little necks. You can't really use cherry stone because they're too chewy. So that's the only drawback on this. It takes a lot of these little neck clams to fill up my stomach. And there's a little leftover. Now what do you do with this leftover? You have a piece of fish, just put this on the top of the piece of fish and bake it. Or take what's left, wrap it up, put it in the freezer, and you have it for the next time you need to use it. Now into the oven at 450, and I'll let you know how long that takes. That's it, 10 minutes. You know, I started with 6 and I lost 2. I couldn't wait. I hope you enjoy them as much as I just did.